anytime they're home, they're in their room with their doors closed. But there are no locked doors in this house. We have to be able to turn that knob and open the door at any time, something like that. So I think that kind of annoys them when we just knock and walk in without saying, hey, we're coming in, or, something like that.
Teens want privacy, and they will demand privacy, and they deserve privacy. And of course, then there's the question of how much. If it's locking us out and shutting parents out 100%, and there's reasons to worry and there are other areas of functioning, as one of the parents say, that's a sign that privacy can't be respected 100%, because sometimes we need to move in because we perceive problems where they may not. However, let's start with the default setting of we need to give them more privacy. They're developing their new selves, and the way they do this is keeping things more private, not talking about everything that goes on at school or with friends or their thoughts. It's almost like they need to get this up and running new kind of system within, and if people mess with that too much, especially parents, it's not as easy to start to develop that fledgling self. So they want to keep a lot to themselves so that you don't quibble with it or challenge it too much or give them too many self-doubts. It's really, really understandable that they want to do that. Now, that said, we still want to connect with them. So part of what happens in this dance of adolescence is that we're looking for an opening. We need to give them a lot of space, but then wait until they're just a little bit more flexible, a little bit more open, or maybe they just can't wait to tell you something, and then that's when there'll be a connection point. So it'll be based on when they're in the mood and they want to talk. Unless there are signs of problems, then we have to move in regardless. But most of the time, the privacy is about wanting this time to build their own separate self. Now, it's interesting to note that this will really be in high gear in middle school, 6th through 9th and 10th grade. There's something called rapprochement, big word, in developmental psychology that refers to the fact that they're getting really comfortable with that new software system by about age 16. They've been working on this for about 5 years, and they just get more comfortable in their skin. They can go to a movie with you, walk with you, even indulge you when you say that ridiculous opening line of how was school. They'll go, oh, well, might as well just give her some, at the dinner table. And they become much more flexible. That'll be about 80%. There are always individual differences. There might be the individual difference of a temperament of just a very private child, or there might be a big problem in the family. So all bets are off with that 20%. But what's beautiful about this is that if you play your cards right and be patient with the privacy routine for several years, you'll just see this wonderful easing up of that by the last couple of years of high school.